In this video, we are going to check the inheritance in Swift programming language. So what is inheritance? A class can inherit methods, properties and other characteristics from another class. When one class inherits from another, the inheriting class is known as subclass and the class it inherits from is known as superclass. Inheritance is the fundamental behavior that differentiates class from other types in Swift. Classes in Swift can call and access methods, properties and subscripts belonging to their superclass and can provide their own overriding versions of those methods, properties and subscripts to refine or modify their behavior. Classes can also add property observers to inherited properties in order to be notified when the value of that property changes. Property observers can be added to any property regardless of whether it was originally defined as a stored property or computed property. So what is a base class? Any class that does not inherit it from another class is a base class, simply a class. Class vehicle. So this class having an property current speed which initialized with the value of 0, so it is a double, and we have a string description. This is a computed property. This will provide the description. For example, okay, this is simply a class, and we can add a method also, function make noise. No implementation, just a function, just a method. So this is a base class which does not inherit any classes. Let us check is working or not. Let is equal to vehicle print or description. We can use that symbol there. Okay, the property dot current speed is equal to 10. Okay, this is a base class, and now we are going to subclassing it. So subclassing is the act of basing a new class from an existing class. The subclass inherits characteristics from the existing class which you can refine. You can also add new characteristics to the subclass. So we can create a subclass. I am going to class bicycle. Which inherit another class vehicle. Okay, so the name of the class colon the name of the class being inherited. So for this class I am going to create a property as basket is equal to false. Okay, so let is equal to bicycle why this as basket is equal to false or true, and current speed is equal to 50, and print okay. So the bicycle is a subclass which inherit from the vehicle base class. Okay, and we have changed the current speed to 15. Actually this current speed is declared in the base class vehicle. Let us create another class. Let tandem, which extends the bicycle. Class tandem bicycle. Here were a new property, current number of this is equal to 0. So let tandem is equal to tandem, and then dot as basket is equal to true, and tandem dot is equal to 2, current speed is equal to something 22. Okay, then print okay. Here we created a new class that is inherited from the bicycle class. So this is how we create subclasses. Next is the overriding. A subclass can provide its own custom implementation of an instance method, type method, instance property, type property, or subscript that it would otherwise inherit from a superclass. This is known as a overriding. We can use override keyword is being used for the overriding. When you provide a method, property, or subscript override for a subclass, it is sometimes useful to use an existing superclass's implementation as part of your override. We can use the super prefixes. We can use the super prefix for this. In this example, let us create another class train, which extends vehicle. So I am going to override a method make noise. So override function make noise. Okay, so I'll create a instance. Okay, so I have created the instance of a train class, and when I called the make noise, it executed the function from here, override function train. So if I want to get this function to be executed, I just need to call override. For example, print vehicle. If you want to is that super dot make noise. So first it will be vehicle, then train. So when using super dot make noise, we can call the method from the super class. Next is the overriding properties. You can override an inherited instance or type property to provide your own custom getter and setter for that property, or to add property observers to enable the overriding property to observe when the underlying property value changes. First, we can check the overriding property getters and setters. Let's create another class, car, vehicle, and property gear equal to 1. So I am going to override the property description. This is a computed property. So override description. I'm providing my own description for car, for return we also need this current speed, so we can make use of that by calling super dot description and plus the property gear. Self dot gear. Okay. Current speed is equal to 30, gear is equal to 3, and this print the message print car door description. See this, we got a different description that we have defined in this car class using the override. Okay, this is how we use the override for getters and setters. Next, the overriding property observers. You can use property overriding to add property observers to an inherited property. This enables you to be notified when the value of an inherited property changes, regardless of how that property was originally implemented. You cannot add property observers to inherited constant stored properties or inherited read-only computed properties. In that cases, the adding property observers is not possible, and you cannot provide both an overriding setter and an overriding property observer for a same property. Subclass automatic car, sections car. So I am going to provide property observer for the current speed. So override var current speed double did set, I am going to calculate the gear from here. Divide by 10.0. Change to int. Can 0 okay. So we provided a property observer for the current speed property. Let automatic car. Automatic though current speed is equal to 35, then print says automatic car traveling at 35 miles per hour in fourth gear. Okay, this is how the overriding the property observers works. You can also prevent a method, property or subscript from being overridden by making it as final. For example, if I put the current speed as final, we will get error. See here, use of property overrides a final property is not possible. We can also give class to final so that a class can be overridden. So this inheritance of final class, inheritance from a final class vehicle is not possible. So this is all about inheritance in C programming language. Thank you.